In a noisy world where everyone wants to be seen, where everyone is constantly telling others what they're going to do, there was one girl who chose the opposite path. She stayed quiet, she worked in silence, and in the end, she got everything she dreamed of. She didn't chase the spotlight. She built something worth shining on its own. While others spoke of someday, she built day by day. She knew that real dreams don't need announcements, just action. This is her story, and it might just change your life. Sometimes the loudest success comes from the quietest soul. In a crowded school in the heart of a busy city lived a quiet girl named Mira. She wasn't the loudest in class. She didn't raise her hand often. She didn't post her life on social media. But Mira had huge dreams. She wanted to be a top architect, to design buildings that touched the sky, to leave her mark in glass, steel, and light, to create something that made people stop and look up. While others spoke about what they would become, Mira simply listened. She didn't need to be seen, she needed to see. Every day after school, she would go home, open her sketchbook, and draw in silence. She'd sit by the window, headphones in, letting her pencil speak louder than any words could. Her world was made of angles and shadows, of curves and concepts. Each page she filled was a whisper to the future, quiet but certain. Her classmates laughed. They called her boring, too quiet, even strange. They'd talk about their future careers loudly in the hallways. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'll study abroad. I'll be famous. And Mira, she smiled and said nothing. She knew the future wasn't built with noise. It was built with patience and grit. One day, the school announced a nationwide competition, Design the Dream City of the Future. It was open to all students, and the winner would get a full scholarship to the best architecture college in the country. Suddenly, everyone was talking again. I'll win this. I already have the best idea. My design will be unbeatable. Group chats buzzed with theories, strategies, and bragging. Some even tried to form teams and alliances. Classrooms turned into echo chambers of ambition. Posters were sketched in rough haste, and ideas thrown around like confetti. Mira didn't say a word. She quietly took the entry form and disappeared into her work. For the next few weeks, she worked every evening, sketching, planning, reworking. She'd crumple page after page only to start again. Every detail mattered, from the curve of the skyline to the placement of green spaces. Even the shadows cast by trees were thoughtfully considered. She imagined how people would move through the space, how they would feel, safe, inspired, free, all in silence. Her room became a studio, her mind a blueprint of ideas waiting to be born. She poured her soul into that design. She forgot time, forgot sleep. Some nights, she'd fall asleep with the pencil still in her hand. No announcement, no validation, no applause. Just a girl, a dream, and the quiet fire that refused to go out. Finally, the competition results were announced. The school auditorium was packed. Students were whispering, full of confidence. Tension filled the air like static before a storm. Some adjusted their ties, others rehearsed their smiles. Everyone was dressed up, expecting the spotlight. They were ready to be celebrated, to be seen. A few even had acceptance speeches scribbled in their notebooks. Phones were set to record, parents were in the audience. And then, the winner of the National Dream City Design Competition is Mira Sharma. Silence. The kind of silence that swallows everything, then gasps, then applause, a wave that grew and grew. Everyone turned to the back of the auditorium, where Mira sat quietly, stunned. She didn't move at first. Her sketchbook was still in her hands, eyes widened. Some leaned in, thinking maybe they'd misheard. but it was real. It was her name. Her hands trembled as she stood. For the first time, she was seen, not for what she said, but for what she created. As she walked down the aisle, the clapping didn't stop. A few students stood up to cheer, genuinely awed. Others lowered their eyes, remembering how they had once dismissed her. No one could believe it. Her work was brilliant, a perfect blend of creativity, functionality, and beauty. It imagined a city that breathed with its people, sustainable, inspiring. The judges said it looked like it came from a college graduate. One called it visionary. Another said, "She's going places." A few students whispered, "She really did that?" Others simply watched, humbled. Her classmates were speechless. The girl they ignored had just won it all. Without boasting, without seeking attention, she let her work speak, and it roared. Later that day, a few students approached her. "Why didn't you tell us you were this good? How did you even learn all of this?" They weren't mocking her anymore. There was curiosity now, respect, even a little shame. Mira smiled and replied softly, "I wasn't trying to prove anything. I was trying to build something. Talking doesn't create success. Work does." Her words hit differently because she had lived them. And then she added, "Silence keeps you focused. It protects your dream. Let your results speak, not your words." She didn't give them inspiration. She gave them realization that perhaps, just perhaps, they'd spent too long talking and not enough time doing, that the real work, the hard, quiet, invisible work, was where the magic lived. Years passed. Mira got her scholarship. She studied at the top architecture school, learned from the best, challenged herself every day. She wasn't the top of the class by talking. She led by example. She stayed after lectures, redrawing failed concepts until they made sense. While others debated, she sketched. While others doubted, she designed. She built slowly, like she always had, but with unwavering focus. She designed some of the most beautiful buildings in the country, clean, powerful, full of light and intention. People didn't just visit her buildings, they felt them. They walked through her ideas, her silent thoughts cast in stone and glass, and she became a name people respected, not because of what she said, but because of what she built. Her mentors remembered her not for her voice, but for her vision. She taught others to value silence, to stop wasting energy on talking, and to start acting. Because Mira understood something most never do, that creation begins in stillness, and greatness is built one quiet step at a time. So what's the lesson? Stop telling everyone your plans. Stop waiting for approval. Start building in silence. Let your success be so loud that you won't need to say a word. Because in the end, the ones who move the world are often the ones who speak the least. They're not in the spotlight. They're behind it, building it. They don't chase applause, they chase mastery. While others perform, they prepare. While others dream out loud, they quietly make those dreams real. Speak less, do more. Be like Mira, be silent, and get everything. Silence isn't empty, it's full of answers. Tell us in the comments, are you ready to let your actions speak louder than your words? Like, share, and subscribe for more life-changing stories.